Rebecca Matthias, Intuitive Success Coach, and this week's video tip for you is showing you how to move from vulnerability to being victorious. So one of the ways that this problem can show up in your life if you're in a place of vulnerability is sometimes you can be overly sensitive, taking things way too personally, and you can be in a place of fear of being more visible, fear of perhaps doing public speaking, fear of connecting with more clients, and really going big. And that is typically what keeps people small and in the state of not really moving out fully into living their unique purpose. Another way that this can happen is fear actually feeds on fear. So if you begin allowing the thoughts of fear to reign in your mind, they will multiply and they will spread. So it's really important to notice the vulnerability as fast as you can and get a hold of that by maybe doing some meditation or some journaling and really connecting deep within to tell yourself what the truth is. And when I speak of truth, I mean truth with a capital T. So sometimes the fear thought can sound like a truth. And when you stay in a place of vulnerability, there's a difference between feeling vulnerable and moving through the vulnerability into the victoriousness. And there's another piece of just staying in the vulnerability. When you stay in the vulnerability, you tend to stay small. You tend to come from a place of wanting to protect your thoughts, your beliefs, your environment, your quote-unquote safety, your perceived safety, and you miss out on a lot of opportunities. So I've posted a video below that I want to share with you about this guy who moved through his vulnerability into victory, and I found that it was incredibly inspiring and wanted to share it with you. But I also wanted to give you some tips on how you can move from being vulnerable into being victorious. So one thing is that you can only feel one emotion at a time. So I want to use the example of public speaking because it tends to be a pretty charged topic for people. In fact, most people statistically would prefer, like Jerry Seinfeld had said, to be in the casket as opposed to giving the eulogy. And that's a pretty powerful statement. And I want to go to the psychology behind that. The reason for that is because as human beings, our number one fear is not actually of death, but our number one fear is actually of being humiliated. So think about that. If you were going to give a public speaking engagement, what would you be most afraid of? Would you be afraid of not being good enough or being judged by the audience? All of those kind of fall under the umbrella of humiliation. So when you're in this place of vulnerability, the fastest way to move out of that place is by feeling gratitude. And I'm not saying being grateful, I'm saying feeling gratitude. And there is a difference between being grateful and feeling gratitude deep down into your heart and soul, really bringing those thoughts of gratitude and the thinking gratitude into the being gratitude in your heart. So you can, like I said, you can only feel one emotion at a time. And so to move from the fear and the maybe a little bit of paranoia, like, oh my gosh, what are they going to think of me if I really go out there and I take my business to the next level and I show up as my big, huge self and really shine my big, beautiful, bright light, which is what you are meant to be doing. So staying small and not sharing your brilliance with the world is really keeping other people stuck as well, because through your evolution and you're moving forward and you're choosing to do it afraid and go out there and really give it your all, other people are being impacted and empowered by your inspiring actions. So some of you may feel inspired from this video, and surely a lot of you will feel inspired by the video that I've posted below, because it is so powerful. So I really want to encourage you to just get out of your comfort zone and get into that being of gratitude, really going through a lot of thoughts that you have about gratitude. What are you grateful for? And just keep going until it really anchors into your heart and writing them out. Maybe it's writing 50 things or 100 things and spending 15 minutes of focused time writing out those things that you're grateful for, to the point where you have shivers all over your body maybe, or you're just in tears even, and that is when you are feeling gratitude. So I hope this tip today was helpful for you to move from your vulnerable place into a place of being